In a couple of recent videos, in particular the one where I was making the modern stereo console, I used this simple jig right here to help straighten the edge of rough lumber that I was using. And in this video, I'm going to quickly show you how to make one and how it works. I made mine from a very straight piece of 2x2. This actually started out life as a 2x6, and I cut it down to this on my table saw, and it wound up being straight enough for the purpose that I'm using it for here. It doesn't have to be absolutely 100% perfectly straight, but it helps. Now the overall length is 96 inches, which is the standard length when you go and buy 8-foot lumber. And the way I've got mine set up, it projects 30 inches back from the front of the fence. I like to keep things simple and light. That means that there's a better chance that I'll actually use it. So that's what I did here. This piece of 2x2 weighs next to nothing, and the way I attach it to the fence is with this simple bracket that I made from 1/2-inch plywood. It just has the appropriate size notch cut in. I screwed it onto the 2x2 with two 1.5-inch screws, and then it slides right into the front of my fence. When I first made it, I was looking for ways to make it so that it would attach to the fence at the back and not be free floating like it is right now. But what I found is that when you're cutting the stock, you're actually pushing that auxiliary fence up to the original fence, and that holds it in place. What you need to do when you're using this is put the concave side against the fence. That's the edge that's curved inwards, so that you get 2 points of contact with the fence. If you put it the other way, the stock will be rocking and you won't get an accurate cut. Now that I've decided which edge goes against the fence, I can raise the blade, set my fence to the correct distance, and make the cut. So this turned out really straight, but if you need to go further, you can take the fence off again, or you can leave it on and do it again, and just flip the work over and put that freshly cut edge against the fence and make another cut on the other side, and that one will be even straighter than the first one. For many years, I didn't have a jointer, so I had to come up with ways to get things done without it. And this is one of the better ones, actually. Now, you can take this further, of course. The more cuts that you make, they don't have to be big, the straighter the stock is going to get. So you can take this fresh cut edge that I just did, put that against the fence again, and make another cut. Except at this point, I would remove the auxiliary fence because you really don't need it. So that's all there is to it. You get excellent results with a very simple to make jig. Thanks should go out to the Patreon member that actually asked me about this. He wanted some clarification on what I was using that long pole for on my table saw fence. So I made this video to answer that, knowing that probably a few other people have seen that in my videos before and had the same question. So if you found this video useful and you want to help support the work that I'm doing, you can join Patreon. There's a link in the description. Also, there's another option that I have now, and that's locals.com. I've set up there. It's very similar to Patreon, except it's not Patreon. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.